What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So things are actually happening. We are going to address the economic stimulus update and what we're seeing there, the talks going on between Senator Joe Manchin and Democrats. We're going to address what President Biden is doing to try to address this food crisis and try to get more truckers back into the field. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now, but there's some good news. Now here's what I can tell you. There are still stimulus checks going out, so where is that coming from? Well, here's what I want to just address today is yes, there are states that are sending out stimulus checks at this time, and that is some good news. But not all states are pushing out these checks. So just keep in mind that even though some states are in some states, may in the future, not every single state that is at this time. And one of the main reasons why states are sending out stimulus checks is simply because they have a budget surplus from 2021. That's really the only reason why, okay? And I know some people are gonna be upset that California may get a check, New Yorkers are getting a check, people in Florida are getting a check. But what about the rest of the states? That's kind of issue, so we will see what happens moving forward. Now here's something else that's actually pretty good news is we're seeing a timeline for the next big tax and spending bill that Democrats want. Now I know a lot of people will be like, wow, Democrats have wanted this for a while, they haven't been able to pass this. Is it even going to pass? Well, here's the thing. There's still a lot of bipartisan support to get another bill done. We know there's a lot of bipartisan support on different things like you're raising taxes. That's not something that Republicans want, but Democrats really want that. We know Democrats really want to see climate change. They really want to see climate spending included. But according to Senator Tim Kaine, he says a bill must be passed soon. Now, just give you an idea of memorable day falls. Actually on Monday, May 30, which is actually 56 days from today. So it's coming up less than 60 days away. Here's what Democrats are saying. Democrats are saying that they can't go back to Senator Joe Manchin and try to pass the Build Back Better Act. There is no way to do that because there would not be enough support. Their plan is to actually meet with Senator Joe Manchin and meet with him where he currently stands. He wants to include prescription drug reform and climate spending. His plan is to actually use half of any news revenues toward the deficit. Okay, so this is pretty big because Senator Joe Manchin, he wants to include higher taxes on the rich and large corporations. Let's say they bring in $1 trillion, he wants to use 500 billion of that, half of it, in order to pay down our national deficit. Now, according to Democrats, they say that they can't agree to this, but we need to act now. That's the key. It has to happen soon. If it doesn't, that is where things are just going to completely break down. But according to Senator Joe Manchin, he said just the other day that after the confirmation of the Supreme Court judge, then negotiations will likely pick back up, but we're going to have to wait and see what actually comes out of this. Now, even though this can work, according to multiple reports, there has to be a formal negotiation or else everything's gonna break down. So again, good news is they are moving closer to finding time to negotiate, but it looks like that time is gonna come over the next couple of weeks. So again, we'll see what happens there. Now, in addition to confirming the new Supreme Court judge, the Senate is also working on the bipartisan deal to pass $10 billion towards COVID spending. This deal is likely to be announced today. According to multiple reports, they're saying it's going to include about half the money going towards therapeutics, and nothing is actually going to go towards international COVID aid, and the bill will be fully offset. Now, here's the reason why I want to bring these things up. First off, nothing is going to international COVID aid. The reason for this is a bipartisan bill. The reason for this is because Republicans do not want to give away money to other countries when we are trying to fight our own battles here within the US. We cannot afford to provide more and more COVID aid to other countries when we are still struggling here. Our deficit keeps going up, but other countries, are they helping us pay off our deficit? No, it's coming down to taxpayers, to you and I. And right now, it's gonna take us a long time to pay off $30+ trillion of debt. Now, let's talk about the food crisis and what the Biden administration is doing for truckers. President Biden is expected to actually give a speech later on today to talk about what his administration has done for truckers. He is also going to come out and talk about what they plan on doing for the future of trucking, which according to multiple experts, he is just going to discuss their effort to expand the issue of commercial driver's licenses needed to operate trucks. Last year alone, there was about 876,000 of these special licenses issued. Now, this actually exceeds pre-pandemic levels by more than 35,000 jobs, which according to multiple reports, that is something that we could actually see pick up because a lot of people want to get back into the trucking field. But they don't want to be stuck with bad hours. They don't want to be stuck with dealing with COVID restrictions. Now, not only are we hiring more truckers and getting more licenses approved faster, and this is all good, but this is helping to move products a little bit quicker. But the nice things about hiring more people is it's going to be a huge help for foods as well. And there's a reason why right now some truckers are working so many hours that they're getting paid a lot of money, and a lot is coming from overtime and other things like that. But what you need to keep in mind is that experts are saying that there's food crisis on the horizon, and it's due in a large part to what's happening in Ukraine. But farmers are saying that what they know is prices have to increase. Gas prices are going up, products, machinery, everything is getting higher in cost. But one of the big ones is there's farmers internationally. They are now competing to buy fertilizer from the United States. Because before what was happening, farmers would actually buy fertilizer from Russia, but that is off the table, okay? International buyers are not buying from Russia. So what's happening right now is US farmers and international farmers are competing for the same as fertilizer. This is causing prices to go up even higher because demand for it has gone up. The supply has stayed the same, and this is causing a lot of issues. But here's what I can tell you. The plan is, at least according to reports, it just let the American people know prices will go up, and they have to go up in order to provide these products. And hopefully the American people will be fine to purchase this. That's the plan. Now, one last thing I want to leave you with is this is finally happening. We are finally starting to see some results from the bills that Democrats have been discussing over the past year. Finally starting to see the negotiations could start to actually take off. This is good news, which means that the American people will see some relief. Now, my expectation is tax prices are going to go up. Prescription drug prices will likely to go down, which is going to help many elderly people, many people on Social Security. This is going to really help out those individuals. So as soon as we know more, I promise I'll come back on and share all latest news and updates. Again, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday. Consider subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next one.